Grit isn't talent, luck, or how intensely you want something. Instead, grit is about having a goal you care about so much that it organizes and gives meaning to nearly everything you do. And grit is holding steadfast to that goal, even when you fail, screw up, and when progress towards that goal is halted or slowed. So today, let's dive in together and explore what grit is and what grit isn't. I hope that you'll learn something and maybe, just maybe, walk away from this just a little bit grittier. In the meantime, why don't you get in the game with us by tackling that subscribe button, giving us a like to our channel so you don't miss out on anything in the future. So let's start this off. What is grit? Well, simply put, grit is just passion and perseverance for long-term goals. Not so simply, grit is about giving what some researchers call an ultimate concern, a goal you care about so much that it organizes and gives meaning to almost everything you do. Grit has 5 components. Passion, which is based on the sense of purpose. Perseverance, which means sticking with one's mission even when the going is tough. Courage, triumph over fear. Consciousness, being thorough, careful, and vigilant. And resilient. You want to quickly be able to recover from setbacks, which do happen. In today's video, I really want to go over the basics of grit and how you can change your mindset to propel you to succeed what you're seeking. Before we dig in further, I want to share that many topics I discussed today are primarily from personal experience. It is not the same for everyone. I want to be honest, having a good mindset and courage is what I strive to practice every day. So, what is the grit scale? Well, the grit scale is an excellent tool to research and self-reflect. It is considered a way to define passion and perseverance for long-term goals and may help to predict how far you can go with your projects. Written by a college professor in 2007, the scale comes in a 12-question form that ranks your responses to challenging circumstances. You may have your own questions about grit, like how gritty are you? How much should and could grit play a significant role in your success? How brave are you? How much does this matter to you? Not only as a person, but as an entrepreneur and business owner. I am going to share 4 of the concepts from the grit scale to shed light on its value. Want to get the whole scale? Click the link provided in the description to get a downloadable version of the form for yourself. Number 1, new ideas and projects sometimes distance me from previous ones. If it seems like you're always trying new things or cycling through different ideas about talent or skill, it could be that you're not taking the time to try. When not giving enough time to do something, you don't really have enough time to know if you are good with your talent. It also doesn't give you enough time to know if you want it. Angela Duckworth mentioned this in her book, Grit. Learning how to stick to one idea through completion is one of the significant things for a gritty person. In this sense, grittiness is a positive attribute considered as having intense or excessive desire. Surely a benefit in driving you to meet your business goals. 2 critical factors here are 1, building a gritty character. Number 2, determining your boldness rating. You must have a certain level of strength and perseverance, aka grit, and firm determination once the decision is made, boldness. Doing business requires years of industry experience, a flexible and changing mindset, the ability to pivot, and more. Getting through the early stages of business is going to be hard. Similar to kicking your first soccer goal or catching your first football pass, it takes years of practice. Talented people tend to do better because they have perseverance. Number 2, setbacks don't discourage me. I don't give up easily. Now, let's talk about setbacks. We've all had setbacks. What if you posted every day on your social media feed and you thought you're going to get 1 million followers within months, but you haven't even hit 10K, 5K, or even 1,000 within that 6-month mark, you might want to quit. There's a learning curve for all of us to understand that life doesn't come easy. For anyone who's struggled, they know sacrifice, and they know that what it will take to hit that passion and perseverance. If you take your time to have an angle, build grit towards a specific objective, those setbacks won't discourage you. You won't give up. You will know it is all worth it, and it will all pay off sometime in the future. You need to understand that setbacks are expected. Setbacks cause growth, both personally and professionally. This is where you build wisdom. Number 3, I often set a goal, but later choose to pursue a different one. Next up, abandoning your goals. Maybe you've had a goal, but later decided to pursue something completely different. Maybe you take on too much at once. Maybe you're opening different businesses or deciding you're going to take a quick way out. This is a cringe topic for me, as Creative has worked with multiple business owners, entrepreneurs, and large brands. Your overall goal should be broad and something you're passionate about. Then you should set smaller KPIs or key performance indicators, which will help you reach that overall goal. Once you view the grit scale, you can understand better. Again, I'm gonna put a link to that down below. I am a hard worker. Do you believe in hustle culture? Are you a hard worker? Do you feel like you've been spending countless hours studying, but the guy next to you is talented because he never studied at all? Well, let me tell you, talent really is the effect of persistence. The person next to you has found something they're good at and passionate about, and they've done it all the time. They've worked for it, and they keep getting better at it. I want you to think about what we were just talking about, hustle culture. All we hear is that working multiple gigs with long, hard hours every week is the only way to succeed. But working smarter, not harder, is the secret here. You don't have to work as hard on the things that you are good at and passionate about, right? Before I wrap this up, there's a lot more to understand about grit and grit culture scale. I recommend reading the book for yourself. Subscribe and like this channel to get more grit related content direct to your feed. And if you want to support in bringing grit culture to your organization, find us on LinkedIn or Instagram. We talked about this in one of our previous videos, which I'll link above, but the grit scale's effect on compound growth. There's one thing I've seen while working in branding for the past 7 years. You go through certain phases, not only from a financial position, but also from a mental point of view. Do you want to leverage your abilities as a leader and build a team so that you can continue to grow towards the same end goal you tried to achieve? Your achievements will naturally change and compound, and you may no longer care about what you're bringing home. In fact, you'll find yourself caring more about recruiting and retaining a team and creating value and longevity for your customers and your team members. I know it sounds boring, but ultimately it's a step every business must take to avoid the valley of death. If you don't choose this path, of course that's fine. I'm not saying that it is a terrible idea, but your mindset, your courage, your perseverance likely aren't as strong as they can be. So be gritty and work towards compounding the results of your perseverance and previous experiences. We hope you found a lot of value in today's episode and can implement the grit scale into your business. Again, there's a link to the full grit scale in the form down below. If you want to learn more about grit and other great business branding solutions that can truly change the game, don't forget to tackle that subscribe button, give us a like, and why not hit that notification bell. Now this is Zach with Creative, where business is our sport.